Hey, good day, folks. Welcome to Answers Life. I hope everyone's doing great today. Now, I made a video like this back during, I think it was during the summertime. I made a video like this. It was titled What to Know Before Moving to Alabama. I can't exactly remember how long it was ago I made that video, but this is going to be part two of that video because I've been noticing in the comments that some of you are looking to move to Alabama. You're wanting more information about Alabama. So, given how difficult times are for many people, you got a lot of people losing their jobs. You got a lot of people scrambling around for a lower cost of living. And I believe within the next, I believe for the next probably several years, give or take, people are going to be moving all over the place for various reasons, largely due to the cost of living. Now, Alabama does offer a relatively low cost of living, and there's a lot of people like myself that came down here because A, the cost of living is fairly low, and B, the climate down here is pleasant. At least for me, it's pleasant. I mean, it's a lot warmer down here compared to what it is in the Midwest. So, for reasons like that, a lot of you are wanting to move down here. Now, for starters, this video is anybody's welcome to watch this video, but primarily I am speaking to people that work regular 9 to 5 jobs. So let's get that. I just want to get that straight. Now, so if you're looking to move to Alabama, I will start with this: the northern region of Alabama, i.e., the greater Huntsville area, and I would say anywhere within an hour of Huntsville, is going to be the region of Alabama with the strongest economy. Now, I can't remember whether I covered this on my last video, but just in case, I know I did, but I'm going to repeat myself real quick for those of you that are new to the channel. So, the strongest economy in Alabama is going to belong to North Alabama, i.e., the greater Huntsville area. And then from that point on forward, I would say that the next strongest economy is going to be the greater Birmingham area. And then from that point will be, honestly, I still can't figure out whether the economy in greater Montgomery is stronger compared to greater Mobile or if it's the other way around. Maybe somebody that knows Alabama a little better can let us know in the comment section which economy is the strongest, Mobile or Montgomery. But I would say for the most part, the further south you go in the state, the smaller the economy. To put it simply. Now, and although Alabama does offer a lower cost of living compared to most parts of the country, there's a few things which people need to understand about Alabama. Number one, Alabama is not like other southern states. Like if you're coming here to Alabama, do not come down here looking for Tennessee. Do not come down here looking for North Carolina. It is not going to be similar to Texas. I mean, economically speaking, Alabama's economy is going to be a little smaller and it's going to be a little slower compared to other parts of the South. Now, of course, you got states like Mississippi and Louisiana that are probably worse off than Alabama. But to be completely honest, the economy here in Alabama is going to be a little smaller and slower compared to states like Tennessee, Texas, and North Carolina. So, yes, the cost of living down here is going to be cheaper compared to many other southern states, especially compared to the southern states that I just named off. But like I said, you gotta bear in mind the economy here is gonna be a little smaller and it's gonna be a little slower. And your wages are gonna be a little lower as well. Now over the years, the wages in northern Alabama have improved a little bit, but if you're gonna live in northern Alabama, the cost of living in northern Alabama is gonna be a little bit more expensive compared to the rest of Alabama. So just bear that in mind as well. And for those of you that are heavy into politics, whatever political aisle that you're on, if it's important for you to live somewhere that aligns with whatever political beliefs you have, I'm gonna tell you guys straight up, Alabama is very conservative. I'm pretty sure many of you already knew that. Now let me break that down just a tad bit. Now most people or many people realize that the majority of southern states are going to be conservative. Now the conservatism that's here in Alabama is on a slightly different level compared to the conservatism in states like Tennessee, Texas, or the Carolinas. And I don't know how to explain it to you guys. I'm just going to say that Alabama's conservatism is on a different level. So if you're one of these people that you're looking to live somewhere that aligns with your political beliefs, and maybe you're on the liberal side of things, Alabama might not be your state. Now with that being said, if you are liberal, I mean, of course, I would say almost all your larger cities in the state of Alabama are liberal. Like, you got Birmingham, you got Montgomery, Mobile. Now, I'm not sure what side of the aisle Tuscaloosa stands on. Now, given that Tuscaloosa is a college community, I'm going to assume they're probably more liberal based as well. But even with all that being said, the same level of I guess for lack of better terms, the same level of liberalism that you might experience in other parts of the country, like let's say the Northeast, or let's say over on the West Coast. I mean the liberalism that's here in Alabama in your major cities is not going to be the same as what you'll experience in, let's say, California, or even in many parts of the Midwest, if that makes any sense to you guys. So let's see what else I got here. So yeah, I just wanted to come and just do a quick video just to remind you guys of some of the realities of living in Alabama. Now, I'm not saying any of this is good or any of it is bad. I just would hate for anybody to come down here with certain expectations. You might have a chunk of money that you saved up, and maybe you use all that money to come down here thinking that it's going to be something that it isn't. And then when you get down here, you're disappointed, you're broke. You purchase a home, and now you're having trouble trying to sell it, or if you sell it, you might have to sell it at a loss by the time you take into consideration realtor fees and all that crap. So I'm making this video because honestly, I care about you guys, and I don't want anybody coming down here with certain type of expectations, and then you come down here and you go broke, or you come down here and you don't like it, and now you don't have the funds necessary to go back to wherever it is you came from, or to go somewhere that you feel would be more appealing to you or your family. But I would say Alabama, for the right type of person, could be a wonderful place to live. Now, like I said, if you're more on the conservative side of the aisle, or if politics doesn't really make any difference to you, you could care less, then Alabama could be a good place for you to live. Now, when it comes to the job market, now in the past, I've told you guys if you came down here with a remote job, you would be okay. But with the amount of remote jobs that are disappearing, and with the amount of companies that are requiring people to have to report to the office, uh, I know some of you, once you get down here, you're gonna fall in love with Alabama. You're gonna fall in love with the cost of living. You might fall in love with the food. You might fall in love with the climate. And if your job tells you, hey, sir, hey, ma'am, you're going to have to return back to the office. If you don't, you'll lose your job. Some of you would be the kind of person that you would just go ahead and say, you know what, I'm going to go ahead and give up the job. I'm not trying to go back to where I was at before. I didn't like it over there. I'd rather stay here in Alabama. So for those of you that are thinking those thoughts, like I said, I can't emphasize this enough. The wages down here are going to most likely be lower than what you're used to making. And the economy down here is going to be smaller, and it's going to be a little slower than what you're probably used to. I'm just going to just keep it real like that for you guys. So I don't want to keep repeating myself. I think you guys understand what I'm trying to say here. Stay blessed, and I'll catch you guys on the next one. You know what? I'm going to add one more thing here. Now, there's a lot of people that associate Alabama with being racist. Now, I've talked about this before in other videos, but I figure for those of you that are new to the channel, I'm going to talk about it on this video. Now, as far as racism down here is concerned, does it exist? Yes, it does. Now, from my personal experience, do I think the racism here is worse? Do I think the racism here in Alabama is worse than other places I've been to? No. I would say Alabama, like most other states in the union, it depends on where you go. And I'm going to just keep it like that. It depends on where you go. So if it's important for you to live in an area to where you have a certain amount of people that are of your ethnicity or culture, whatever the case might be, whatever city or town you're going to move to, just look up the racial demographics, and that's the best advice I can give you. Now, on many of the videos that I've made in Alabama, the ones I've made the last couple of years, give or take, I've been enclosing the racial demographics on those videos. But just in case you come across a video on this channel that I made about Alabama to where I did not discuss race, you can look that up for yourself. And I would advise you to do that if the racial demographics is of concern to you. But I would say, as far as it goes for racism, I personally don't think it's much worse, if any worse, here in Alabama than it is anywhere else in the country. So that's all I got. I'll check you guys later. Stay blessed.